No, all is
Andraste's grace is a gift.
still as it has been.
That's gotta be Liliana, right? She loves Andraste. That's literally all she talks about.
There is naught
Punch
in
and
there
knight,
but death.
Say no more. The
the windmill.
Sort of like coming home again, but with more undead.
The big old castle. Go check out the windmill, see what's in there. Oh look, a chest. A love letter between wealthy paramours and a creature nature salve. Only thing left to do now is talk to Sir Per. Can't see anything. There we go. Yo, Sir Per.
Greetings, Grey Warden. I am as relieved as Bantegan is to see you here. I must admit I am unfamiliar with addressing a dwarf of your station. I do not wish to be rude.
Don't care what you call me. Call me Grey Warden, but that's what I am. Call me whatever you want. Call me whatever you call a human. Call me Phantom if you would.
I am Sir Perth, until recently in direct service of Arl Eamon of Redcliffe. For now my charge is defending the village from these evil assaults. Would that I had chosen not to seek out the urn of sacred ashes. Perhaps I would have fended off whatever evil befell the castle, or perhaps I would be dead. Ah well, with a Grey Warden aiding our defense, perhaps all is not lost.
Nah mate, I'll smash through them all single-handedly. Is there anything I could help? Anything I could do to help? I have some questions for you.
We have sufficient armor and weapons, but my knights are too few to stand against the monsters without assistance. Perhaps you could approach Mother Hannah in the Chantry for some holy protection against these evil creatures. Otherwise, I do not know what else you could provide beyond your own talents. We're as prepared for the onslaught as we could possibly be, all things considered.
Is there anything else you need?
No, nothing comes to mind. If you have not spoken to the Mayor, Murdoch, you should. His militia is far more in need of aid than we are. Ask me whatever you wish.
What happened?
You know about as much as I do. I returned a day before the attacks began, having heard strange rumors about the abandoned castle. I was the only knight to survive the first attack. Since then, I found others returning from the Arlessa's quest. Until we get to the source of this evil, though, I do not think it will stop, and I don't believe we will be enough.
Tell me about the quest.
When the Isle fell sick, we were at a loss. Nothing worked to cure him, and he just kept getting worse. Finally, Arlessa Isolde came up with a plan. The Urn of Sacred Ashes is a legendary artifact said to hold great healing powers. If found, it might save him.
According to the legend, the followers of Andraste brought her ashes back to Ferelden to hide them from the Imperium.
We knights volunteered to seek it out. Few of us have returned. Many are still out there, unaware of what is happening here.
Because what was the Jarl sick with?
We were never certain. He thirsted for water and then grew weaker and weaker. He brought in a mage, but even that did nothing. The Arlessa believed he was cursed and that we needed the power of Andraste herself, or he would surely perish.
Why did the Arlessa believe anyone could find the urn?
The Jarl once employed a scholar, Brother Genetivi. He had proof the urn was in Ferelden, or so I was told.
Can no one find the other knights and bring them back?
Eventually, perhaps. The ones I have here were those near enough to recall within the last few days. I only returned myself because I was passing by Redcliffe and heard the news of strange attacks.
But the knights left the castle
Not at all.
defenseless.
A great number of soldiers remained in Castle Redcliffe. I wonder if they perished there and were transformed into these things. The thought chills my blood.
Right.
As you wish.
What's your state?
Although we are far better equipped than Murdoch and his villagers, we knights are too few. Things will be grim after sundown. Overall, my fellow knights are nervous about the coming battle. Death is almost certain, but we will fight and die valiantly if that's what the Maker demands. As you wish, Grey Warden. Maker watch over you.
The only thing we got left to do now is we have to go back to Chantry and ask the mother to basically fake bless everybody. It's not going to make much of a difference, but you got to tell her even though it's fake, it just gives them like hope to fight harder. Well, there was something about barrels as well.
You know, with you here, maybe we got a chance to win tonight after all.
Where was... There was a big dude with a beard. Can't remember his name.
I can't believe I'm going to fight. That's what I get.
The repairs are underway
he's got a helmet on.
surprisingly quickly,
why I
considering
didn't
how
see it.
drunk Owen is. We may just make it.
Ready to make my last late for sundown? There's questions here, right?
I have a good feeling.
I could have swore there was a mission about like getting some barrels and... There's Lloyd! Yeah, put some like traps down or something like that. Obviously mistaken. What up,
Evan
Caitlin?
said you were the one who found him. I can't possibly repay you.
About the sword I found in your home. I'll take a kiss from a pretty girl. The brat was more problem than he was worth. Just stay safe, both of you.
Evan told me about Grandfather's sword. So you have it then? I suppose it won't go to waste, at least.
You can have it back, is it? Perhaps I could pay you something for it or return after the bat belongs to your family.
Use it well. If we survive, I'll gladly take it back. Thank you again for Bevan. With my mother gone... Well, I'm just glad he's safe. I can't thank you enough.
Take a kiss. No, you look about 10. The brat was more problem than he was worth. Just stay safe, both of
The
you.
Maker sent you. I just know it. Thank you again.
Liliana approves. I bet she wouldn't approve if I slobbered it all over her face, though, would she? I'd have taken a kiss if she didn't look about 10 years old. Mother Hannah,
What is it you need, child?
need you to bless some crap.
I have done all I can for them. I pray for them each night and seek the Maker's forgiveness for their sins before they face their deaths. What Sir Perth seeks is something that is not in my power to give.
Do it anyway, or I'll beat you up. Beat up on none. Can't you just bless them? We're not playing off praying hard enough.
I can pray with them and give them my blessing. But Sir Perth wants me to call upon the Maker to shield them from evil.
Well, can't you just tell him the Maker will watch over him? Morale is a powerful thing, you know.
You mean you want me to let them think the Maker protects them in a real sense? I will not lie to them like that.
You will, or I'll beat you up. Oh, there you go. There's a beat up option. You will help them because I tired and do it quickly. I suppose you're right. You simply will have to do without them, but if they think it helps, let's try the persuasion option. If that fails, then we'll just have to dual rock her and...
I suppose their belief in the Maker's power could inspire them, but it just seems like trickery. Very well. If it keeps them alive, I will do what I must. I have a number of silver-cast holy symbols. Tell Sir Perth that he can have them, and that wearing them will confer the Maker's protection. Now please, let me tend to these poor folk. I must do what I can, and I suggest you do the same.
Oh, you lucky woman. You've just escaped a dual rocking. Way back up to Sir Perth now, and then we can finally wait till nightfall and survive the attack. Let's see what's going on. Let's change the camera angle. I mean, considering when this game came in, what, 2007, 2008? I mean, the water effects aren't terrible. These steps are huge when my character is tiny, because look. There you go, mate.
The Knights of Redcliffe are ready to fight at your disposal.
Said you wanted holy protection?
Have you spoken to the revered mother? Has she offered anything?
Yeah, Mother Hannah has some made holy amulets.
Must we do this? The faith that will protect these men must come from their heart, surely.
If they are the same as the symbols worn by their priests, well, that would more than suffice.
But it's not even magical. You think it would actually help?
Of course I do. These are Maker's symbols. What better protection could we ask for? I will send some men to collect the amulets. Please give my regards to Mother Hannah for seeing some sense at last.
Alright, ready to make my stand.
There is still time before the sun goes down. If you have not yet spoken to Murdoch, or if there is anything you have planned...
No, I'm ready. Wait for
Good luck
nightfall.
to you then, and may the Maker watch over us all.
Let's do this. I'm gonna guess Liliana disapproved of my fake religious amulet or whatever it was.
They're coming. Get
Here we
to
go,
your
boys.
positions. Make ready.
You just blew the bridge up. That would have stopped it, surely.
It's time, men. Know that we fight for the Maker and our hour.
Go on then, zombies, let's go.
I'm on.
Let's go. I don't even know where I am. Where am I? I'm in there somewhere. Hack them up, boys, hack them up.
The Maker is on our side. He will smite these creatures.
The monsters are attacking from the lake! They're attacking the barricades! We need help!
No, stay here and
Come
go
on!
past.
We need to hurry!
Come on! Come on! Yeah, you lot stay there, I'll do all the work as per usual. Come in, mate, come in. Your legs are a lot longer than mine. But yeah, if they'd destroyed the bridge, they could have like only then had to deal with the people from the lake rather than having to try and fight on two different angles, you know? What are you doing, mate? Take a seat. Have a shield pummel. Get in there, mate. Let's get in there. Don't even know where am I. Oh, there I am. That's not me, that's Alistair. Where am I? Oh, there I am. There's so much going on, I've lost track of where I was. Have a shield pummel. Everybody's leveled up, including the dog. Let's deal with this guy because he's affecting our... There we go. We'll have to take Liliana out the fight. She was about to die.
I think I'll do good tonight.
How many is there?
Another battle,
Liliana, run away! Liliana, run away! I have to run away with it. Ah, she got bullied anyway. Oh, she's got picked back up. Take this guy out.
Shall we?
I think we won at last.
Dawn arrives, and we survived the night. We are victorious. And though this victory came at great cost, we must remember none of us would be here were it not for the heroism of these good folk beside me.
Yeah, remember
I
that.
thank you, good sir. Truly the Maker smiled on us when he sent you here in our darkest hour.
There is still much more to do, Bantegan. I was happy to help defend the village. I hope they'll be discussing rewards soon then. Yes, you're welcome.
Surely these people deserve some small celebration, don't you think? There is time yet.
Let us bow our heads and give honor to those who gave their lives in defense of Redcliffe.
Murdoch of Redcliffe, Mayor and beloved father, we salute you.
You and so many others who have perished here, walk with he who is your maker. Long may you know the peace of his love.
So let it be, may their ancestors... Did we lose the mayor, did we? I don't think we lost anyone other than Liliana.
With the Maker's favor, the blow we delivered today is enough for me to enter the castle and seek out your Arl. Be wary and watch for signs of renewed attack. We shall return with news as soon as we are able. Now we've no time to waste. Meet me at the mill. We can talk further there.
Wish. Villager old woman. Alright, we've got a couple of level ups, so we'll do me first. Level up, I'll put one into my strength. We could take a specialization. 2 willpower, 1 cunning. Probably better putting into my cunning at the moment because I need the speech check, don't I? We'll see anyway, we can always change it. Do I want to be a champ? I can't be a Reaver yet because I haven't unlocked it, but I can be a Berserker, a Templar. Champion. The champion is a veteran warrior and a confident leader in battle, possessing a skill as arms impressive enough to inspire allies. Champion can also intimidate and demoralize foes. These are the heroes you find commanding an army or plunging headlong into danger, somehow making it look easy. Shouldn't probably be a Templar because Alistair's a Templar. At mages who refuse the circle's control become apostates that live in fear of Templars' power as the abilities to dispel and resist magic. As servants of the Chantry, Templars have been most effective meaning of controlling the spread and use the arcane power for centuries. And then we've got a Berserker, +2 strength, +10 health. That sounds nice. First Berserkers were dwarves. They would sacrifice finesse for a dark rage that increased their strength and resilience. Eventually, dwarves taught these skills to others. and no berserkers can be found among all races. They are renowned and terrifying adversaries. Probably going to pick champion first. Yeah, let's pick a champion. So we got War Cry. Champion lets out a fearsome cry that gives nearby enemies a penalty to attack. With superiority, nearby enemies are also knocked down unless they have passive physical resistance. Rally. Champion's presence inspires nearby allies, giving them bonus to attack and defense while this mode is active. When coupled with motive, the attack bonus increases. Champion inspires allies to attack with renewed vigor. The rally talent now increases attack in addition to defense bonus. Superiority. Champion is so fearsome that War Cry now knocks nearby opponents off their feet unless they pass a physical check. Let's see what a Berserker does. Stench of blood and death drives the Berserker to within fury, providing bonus of damage. Rages incur a penalty to stamina regeneration, however, which constraint reduces resilience, adds a bonus to health regeneration in this mode. Berserker now focuses the power of rage more effectively, gaining a bonus to health regeneration while Berserker is active, as well as it basically gives me health regeneration. But health regeneration, but a penalty to stamina. So it's not as good as it sounds. I'm gonna go with champion, I think, because I got like War Cry and stuff like that. So you need to be 30. You need 32 strength for this, 26 strength for that, 26 dexterity. Hey, War Cry. Yay, I'm a veteran. And then Liliana, who's a rogue. She's got a high dexterity. She needs a boost to her health because she just flopped on the floor like a fish. Boost to that. Boost to her. She's also got a huge strength, apparently. She's a bard. Expert stealing. This character is so quick-fingered that victims almost never notice a thief until it's too late. He's also got potion making. Deadly tier, poisons, and grenades. I don't want to interested in trying out the thief. We'll take this one first, though. And she's got song. This bard sings an ancient tale of valorous heroes, granting party bonuses to mana and stamina regeneration at the rate affected by the bard's cunning. Bard can only sing one song during a time. Bard performance, replete with dizziness, flourishes in desire, distract and confuse. Target forget who is fighting and becomes disoriented unless it passes a mental resistance check. Party's exploits granting him bonus to attack, damage, and critical chance. The size of this bonuses are affected by the bard's cunning. That seems like a better one. Bard begins an entranced song that stuns hostile targets nearby unless they pass a mental resistance check every few seconds. Continuing the song does not drain stamina, but the bard cannot move or take any other action while singing. And she's got dirty fighting, below the belt. Oh, so she's got archery moves and she's got... Okay, so she can also do traps and stuff as well. Melee archer. Experienced fighter to type wars has taught the archer to fire without interrupting when being attacked. Finding a chink, critical shots. Doesn't have enough dexterity for any of these. Increases rate of fire but grants bonus to attack damage, armor penetration, and critical chance. Master Archer further increases the bonus. I don't want to take this, but I think that seems like a good one. Now finally, Alistair. You can have a strength boost, you can have a constitution boost. And a willpower boost. It needs level 9 for that. Each of the Templars melee hits against an enemy. Spellcaster drains its mana. Templar purges the area, removing all spells. You got shield wall as well. You can take. So he's pretty much the same as me. Where are we? Oh, there we are. Yeah, that's all our levels up. I don't know why you keep putting that on, mate. Alright, stop it, because you've got no stamina once you do that. Yeah, we'll go to the mill now, aren't we? Just check Liliana real quick. She's got a wretched limb and a cracked skull. You're out of it for 3 injuries. Single injury. Not sure, I'm going to test it, but I'm not sure if we can... He's doing it again. Will you pee off with that crap? Yeah, nobody wants to speak to us. Let's... I'm going to see if I can quickly dart back to party camp, heal Liliana, and then come back. If I can't, then obviously I'll bring you back when we're at the mill.
With our quick stop off in camp to heal Liliana, I'm going to take the opportunity to speak to some of my companions and maybe see if we can boost their affinity a little bit. Start with Alistair.
What do you need?
I'd like to ask you something, bro.
Ask away.
How did you become a Grey Warden?
Same way you did. You drink some blood, you choke on it, and pass out. You haven't forgotten already, have you?
Met before that, very funny. If you want to answer, then say so. Don't be an idiot.
I never meant it that way. Don't be like that. Let's see. I was in the Chantry before. I trained for many years to become a Templar, in fact. That's where I learned most of my skills.
You don't seem the religious sort. So you mentioned before, what skills might those...
You're telling me I was banished to the kitchens to scour the pots more times than I can count. And that's a lot. I can count pretty high. The Grand Cleric didn't want to let me go. Duncan was forced to conscript me, actually, and was she ever furious when he did. I thought she was going to have us both arrested. I was lucky.
Pity on you? You think this is better than being a Templar? Why did the Grand Cleric want to keep you?
I wondered that myself. It's not as if she valued me highly. I think she just didn't want to give anything to the Grey Wardens, is all. The Chantry didn't lose much. And I think I can do more fighting the Blight anyhow, rather than sitting in a temple somewhere. I'll always be thankful to Duncan for recruiting me. If it hadn't been for him, you know, I wouldn't have.
Didn't roll to it. Sorry, don't start crying again. He was a good man.
He was. A good man who didn't deserve his fate. That much I'm sure of. Come on, let's go. I think I'm done talking.
That it?
What do you need? Ask away.
What could Templars do?
Essentially, they're trained to fight. The Chantry would tell you that the Templars exist simply to defend. But don't let them fool you. They're an army. The other main purpose for a Templar is, of course, to hunt mages. To that end, we train in talents that drain mana and disrupt spells.
Templars use magic themselves?
You could call it that, sure. The Chantry doesn't look on it the same way, however, since really our talents only work on mages. Against a regular person, I'm just a guy in a metal suit.
Have you hunted many mages?
No, I never actually became a full Templar. Duncan recruited me before I took my vows. I was only present during one harrowing. The ritual that they test the mages with. It's not unlike our joining, really. And just as deadly. The girl they tested, she had a demon put inside her to see if she could resist. And she couldn't. We had to end it quickly. I have to say I didn't have much interest in becoming a Templar after that.
Could others learn these talents?
Perhaps, but there usually isn't much of an opportunity. The Chantry keeps a close rein on its Templars. We are given lyrium to help develop our magical talents, you see. Which means we become addicted. And since the Chantry controls the lyrium trade with the dwarves, well, I'm sure you can put 2 and 2 together.
So were you addicted to this lyrium? That's horrible. Sounds like an excellent method of control. Were you addicted?
Thankfully, no. You only start receiving lyrium once you've taken your vows. You don't need lyrium in order to learn the Templar talents. Lyrium just makes Templars' talents more effective. Or so I was told. Maybe it doesn't even do that. The Chantry usually doesn't let their Templars get away either, so they can spread their secrets. I'm a bit of an exception. Lucky me.
Lucky you indeed. So you got a bit of backstory there on sort of the Templars and the Chantry. Let's speak to Liliana.
Yes?
I'd like to talk.
Well, here I am.
We talk about this vision you supposedly have?
I knew this would come up sooner or later. I don't know how to explain, but I had a dream. In it, there was an impenetrable darkness. It was so dense, so real. And there was a noise, a terrible, ungodly noise. I stood on a peak and watched as the darkness consumed everything. And when the storm swallowed the last of the sun's light, I fell. And the darkness drew me in.
What then? So it was just, so you dreamed of the blight? That doesn't mean anything. Dreamed of the blight?
I suppose I did. That was what the darkness was, no? When I woke, I went to the Chantry's gardens, as I always do. But that day, the rose bush in the corner had flowered. Everyone knew that bush was dead. It was grey and twisted and gnarled, the ugliest thing you ever saw. But there it was, a single beautiful rose. It was as though the Maker stretched out his hand to say, even in the midst of this darkness, there is hope and beauty. Have faith.
That's just wishful thinking. And this made you want to help me. Did you hear voices? I don't need the Maker to interfere in my life. Obviously, you can probably guess some of these different responses will make your affinity with people go up and down. So if you're like, you just mock the Maker, say you weren't interested, it's probably going to make your affinity with her go down. This is just wishful thinking, and this made you want to help me.
In my dream, I fell. Or maybe I jumped. I'd do anything to stop the blight. I know that we can do it. There are so many good things in the Maker's world. How can I sit by while the blight devours everything?
Tree says the Maker's left us. The blight is the Maker's punishment. Will you defy him? That's an interesting response, actually, considering she, like, loves the Maker and whatever else. And it is technically his punishment, because if you remember the little cutscene from the start of the game, the mages broke into his, like, this golden city, or whatever it was called, and they got turned into darkspawn as a punishment. Suppose I couldn't sit by either.
That is why you're a Grey Warden. Come, there's a blight to stop.
For some reason we got 1+1 with Alistair. Did he, like, overhear the conversation or something? Gonna have, like, a little bit of dialogue with each character before I move on.
Yes.
Let's see what else she's got to say.
Well, here I am.
It's like... oh yeah, what were you doing in Lothering in the first place?
What is meant by someone like me?
You just don't seem like... You just don't seem to belong in a cloister. You know, a beautiful, charming woman like you. So you could start charming her if you want. Sanctimonious, preachy like all the other countries. They don't teach you how to fight in the cloister, do they? Yeah.
Did you think I was always a cloistered sister? The Chantry provides succor and safe harbor to all who seek it. I chose to stay and become affirmed.
What did you do before? Affirmed? And where are you seeking safe harbor? So your skills you learned before your time in the chantry.
I was a traveling minstrel in Orlais. Tales and songs were my life. I performed, and they rewarded me with applause and coin. And my skill in battle? Well, you pick up different skills when you travel, yes? Yes, of course. Let's move on.
He's hiding something. Talk to Stan. I don't think he's got anything interesting. Never mind. I'd like to talk for a moment. We're working together. I think I should get to know you. Let's just get a few things straight.
There are darkspawn to be fought. Is this delay needful?
Never mind. I need to know if I can trust you. Got my back. Alright. You were in that cage for weeks.
You are concerned. No need. I am fit enough to fight.
As you can tell, he's not the most chatty person ever, and he hates it when you start like talking to him for a while until you start like building up his affinity. Tell me about the Canary.
No.
Just straight up, nope. Please.
Get used to disappointment. People are not simple. They cannot be summarized for easy reference in the manner of, the elves are a lithe, pointy-eared people who excel at poverty.
Said you were in the army. Why did you offer out? A little hostile, aren't we?
I am.
Have you ever fought in a war?
I have always fought in war, dwarf.
So you must know you were in the battlefield.
Some of them. They aren't all alike.
Are you always this bad at answering questions?
Generally. I do not see how this matters. Seheron and Parvolan are distant. Ferelden and the Darkspawn are immediate.
Sure, let's go.
As you wish.
He approved by 2. Well, I guess we got a little bit of approval from him. Let's speak to Mara again. How are you about the Canary? Nope. Morgan!
What do you wish of me?
I'd like to ask you. Oh, we can ask her something personal.
We're in camp, so 'tis as good a time as any.
Why are you still... No, I'm not going to ask her that. That's probably like a... Probably going to upset her.
What do you wish of me?
I'd like to ask you something.
If you must.
How did you become a shape changer? Did you grow up in the Kakari, or have you ever been hunted by the Chantry? Is Flemeth really what she seems to be?
Well, that depends, does it not? What does she seem to be?
An old woman? Powerful Maleficar? Nutty old human?
Sometimes I do wonder the very same thing. Tell me, how much do you know of the tale? The one that the chastened still tell of my mother, to frighten them into obedience.
I didn't even know there was such a thing. I've heard a little bit of it. I'm more interested in the truth. Spare me the bedtime story.
Ah, I see. That does explain much. I can relay what Flemeth once told me herself, and you can decide whether or not 'tis the truth, if you desire.
Go for it. Sounds interesting, make it quick, and the point would be nothing.
As the tale is sung by the bards, there was a time when Flemeth was young and beautiful. A fair lass in a land of barbarian men, the desire of any who saw her.
Just how long ago is this?
Many centuries, before this land was even named Ferelden. The tales say that Flemeth fell in love with Osen the Bard, and fled the castle of her husband, the Dreadlord Conabar, and that he swore vengeance for her infidelity. In truth, my mother claims that 'twas Osen who was her husband, and Conabar the jealous lord, who looked on from afar. Lord Conabar approached young Osen and offered him wealth and power in exchange for his lovely wife, and Osen agreed.
Sold his wife to another man? Flemeth must have been angry. Seems like a fair deal.
The life of a bard is a poor one, and love fades in the wake of hunger. it was Flemeth who suggested the arrangement. All would have been well had Lord Conobar kept his end of the bargain. But he was a foul man who bargained with coin he did not possess. Osen was led off to a field and slain, left for dead. Flemeth spoke to the spirits and learned of the deed, and swore revenge.
The spirits or demons, exactly? But wasn't she now married to a wealthier man? So she truly loved Olsen.
Spirits first, and 'twas they who slew Conobar. Flemeth did not turn to the demon until much later. Lord Conobar's allies chased Flemeth, you see. Chased her to the wilds, and there she hid. There she found the demon, and he made her strong. The legends all speak of the great hero Cormac, he who defeated Flemeth and her great army when she invaded the lowlands centuries later. All lies.
She never invaded, or she never defeated? Even my people have heard of Cormac.
The truth of the matter is that there was never an invasion. As Flemeth tells it, the Chastened never raised an army under her banner, and she never fought with any warrior named Cormac. Cormac led a brutal civil war against his own people, and later claimed it was to vanquish evil that had taken root amongst the lords. Thus, he was hailed a hero. Flemeth was only attached to the legend much later. Perhaps 'twas due to the great war with the Chastened that eventually came, but Mother claims not to know how it began.
Do you believe her version? How is it that Flemeth has survived for so long? The legend tells of Flemeth having many daughters. Aren't abominations usually insane horrors? Interesting story. This all sounds hogwash. Yeah. Have you got any sisters?
You ask if I have sisters. I have asked of this myself. The stories tell of many witches of the wilds after all, not just the one. And these tales existed long before I did. Flemeth refuses to speak of other daughters, if they existed. So, should I believe I am her first? I doubt that too.
Do you believe her version?
I do not believe everything that Flemeth claims. Oft it seems her bitterness has coloured her memories. But on the whole, yes, I believe this tale, if not all.
How has she survived? So that's an interesting question.
The demon within her has transformed her into something else. An abomination, perhaps some would say. I know not. I only know my mother is clever, and she is part of the wilds as it is part of her. But she is no immortal. She bleeds. A blade in her heart would kill her like any other, were it lucky enough to find her.
Aren't abominations usually just insane horror?
How often is this usually? Always? If not always, then when is it not true? There are more things in this world and the next than you or I could ever hope to understand. What Flemeth became is a mystery. I suspect, even to her.
Thank you for the story. It's
Flemeth
interesting.
Tells it with far more embellishment than I, but you are welcome. Dare I ask of your own mother? Few are abominations of legend, 'tis true, but I find myself curious nevertheless.
My mother died a long time ago. There is nothing really to say about her. What else do you want to know? Keep your curiosity to yourself. So I just berated her about her own mother for the last 5 minutes. But then when she asked about mine, none of your business, mate.
Ah, then you have my sympathies for what it is worth. Which is very little, I am certain. It matters not. Let us move on.
So, that's going to do it for this episode. I just want to take a quick second to say a massive thank you for those of you who are watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, then please consider smashing that like button or dropping a sub. You don't have to, of course, it's entirely up to you, but it is free and it just helps my channel grow a little bit more. Most of all, though, I just want to say again a massive thank you for those of you who are watching, and I hope to see you all in the next one.